Alright, so the first thing I did here was I took a picture of the smartboard so that way I could get it into Explain Everything. And you can do this by just opening Explain Everything and then click on the square with an arrow with a little portrait picture. And then you can choose a picture from the camera, and then actually you can just take the picture and it will go right into Explain Everything. Or you could take the picture ahead of time and then go to Explain Everything and then choose it from the photo roll. So either way you want to do that. But try to take a picture of the item that you are going to use the Pythagorean Theorem with, so you can kind of use a diagram like I'm doing here. Alright, so I took the picture of the smartboard and then I marked where I was going to measure. Okay, then I did the actual measurement, so I found that this is about 49 inches, the length is about 65 inches, and then I labeled C the side that I am going to find. Okay, and so after that I went to on the next page I said that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I actually wrote the formula. Then I put in my numbers from the first page. So 49 squared plus 65 squared equals c squared. Then I actually calculated what 49 squared is 2,401 plus 65 squared, which is 4,225, and it's still equal to c squared. I found the sum of those two sides to be 6,626 is equal to c squared. Then I took the square root of both sides to find that c is equal to about 81.4 inches. So that's my final answer. Then I can go back to the first slide if I want and write in 81.4 inches. Let's say you were doing something and you were going to use a Pythagorean theorem with an area that it really doesn't make it easy to take a picture of the whole area, and you're not going to really be able to do it like I did with the smartboard. I'd still like you to use Explain Everything so that you can do a little recording and explain what you did. But you're going to have to draw yourself a little picture. So you can draw the picture before you record, and you can write all your measurements in here. I'm just kind of doing this as I go, so that way you can see it. You can draw the rectangle in, or whatever shape that you're using, whether it's a rectangle or square or something like that. It has to have 90 degrees, obviously. Okay, and then you can label what it is that you're doing. So for instance, this is the NPR. Alright, then you're going to label where you're actually going to do your measurement. So if I'm going to do it like this, okay, you're going to label that so I can see your right triangle. If you want, you can put in the right angle symbol. If not, that's fine. And then, if you want, you can put your A, your B, and your C. C is for hypotenuse, A and B are legs. You can label those, and then you can start to measure. Okay, and then after you get your measurements, you can start putting those numbers in. And then always use the next page to actually do your work. So that way this page just kind of shows the diagram. Go ahead and write in the amounts. Let's say that this is about 85 feet. Okay, and don't forget to include your label so that way I know what it is that you're talking about. And then let's say that C equals maybe 120 feet. And that way I know that you're looking for A. And if you want to, you could even circle it or something like that. Okay, so for this case, I see that you are, you know the length of one of the legs and the hypotenuse, and you're going to actually solve for A. So just by looking at your picture here, or your diagram, I know that on the next page I'm going to see work, and I'm going to see maybe C squared minus B squared equals A squared to actually solve this one and work it out. Okay, and then after you work the whole thing out, go ahead and go back to the first page and record yourself kind of explaining your project here, what you did, what your measurements were, and also walk me through your work so that way you're explaining how you did it to me. Alright, have fun with the project today.